Whew. Oh my god. Alright, dudes. Um I did kettlebell session today because the gym was fucked. Closed. Um I wanted to test the theory that getting really strong in barbell lifts has carryover to kettlebells. So I did my heaviest kettlebells, double 24s. I did long cycle. It fucking kicked my ass. I made it 15 minutes and I was going 6, 7, 8, and I had to like stop doing the clean portion because my forearms were fatigued to the point where I seriously felt like the bells were gonna be launched from my hand. So I started doing jerk and mixing it up. I made it 15 minutes and I had a half an hour. So I sat the bells down for a couple minutes. I did record it. But I'm kind of not ashamed, but like there was a lot of ranting. I don't want to put that out right now. So I'm probably not going to. Like I was out of it. Like it was hard. Like it's really hot, it's really humid. I wasn't big fatigued. I did do heavy barbell training. When I say heavy, I worked up to a max in the bench, the squat, the deadlift, and then did assistance and volume work on the side just because why the fuck not, right? I did that Friday afternoon, early evening, so I was a little fried. I did not train yesterday, which was Saturday. I was a little bit cooked coming into this, but it still shouldn't have been that bad if the idea of being able to lift really heavy barbells has carryover to kettlebells, like dumb fuck Tanner Shuck says. It's not true. It's not fucking true. Barbell training has fuck all to do with hard, proper kettlebell training, which is the clean and jerk, the jerk, and the snatch. Primarily with doubles. With the snatch, it's a double half snatch. You do not want to do a double full snatch because you will fuck your shit up, as I learned myself the hard way. So, yeah, there's no carryover at all. Like, it just doesn't. It's completely different. But I will say that heavy kettlebell training, and by heavy, I just mean double 24s. You can go heavier than that. Double 24 kettlebell training. You guys can look at how intense I was getting with kettlebells before I started lifting again. The first session back to the gym, and I recorded it. It's on my fucking channel. I hit deadlift 335 for a double. That's my heaviest double. Oh, well, at that point, it was my heaviest double. And I hadn't trained deadlift in a year and a half. I hadn't trained squat in a year. I hit 275 for reps, and I quit to try the deadlift because I knew it was pointless to keep going with squat because of how easy 275 pounds felt. The bench press is the only thing that does not benefit because it's just a weird lift. Like you're on your back, you have to jam your legs into the floor and push with your legs and arch your back a little bit. Ideally, you arch your back by contracting your glutes and pressing with the legs. You don't, like, really, legitimately. I mean, some people do, but I don't count those lifts personally. I don't think decent powerlifting judges count those types of lifts either. But the bench press, I will give, is a very strange lift. It's a very strange lift. But I will say that I don't think the bench press has any fucking carryover to anything besides the bench press. Guys who bench press really heavy can't overhead press as heavy as you might think unless they're seated and at a bit of an incline. There was a dude, I think it was Julius Maddox, I might be wrong, but he did overhead press like 500 and some pounds seated, which is fucking crazy. I'm not denying how insane that is. But he was seated and it was at a bit of an incline, so he's kind of pushed into it like a bench press. That has carryover technique. But a really big bench press does not have big carryover technique to like a clean and push press like they do in strongman training. Because ain't none of those motherfuckers ever press 500 pounds. There's a big difference. So yes, that is a crazy amount of strength. I will never be that strong. You will never be that strong. None of us will be that strong. That is crazy. But it was seated and back like an incline, like a high incline bench press. I'm just saying. Bench press has no functional carryover. You cannot convince me otherwise. In combat sports, we did not do bench press. We did a shit ton of push-ups because throwing punches, you're gonna fatigue. We did a shit ton of pull-ups for the same reason. We didn't do any bench press. We did no bench press. Nothing. No bench pressing. We did overhead pressing sometimes. We didn't do, specifically we did clean and press. We did not do bench pressing. Not one time in wrestling or jiu-jitsu or boxing have I ever done a bench press. Just, I haven't. I didn't do it. You could say it's the coaching thing, with your training, but I just don't think it personally has any carryover. So, bench press, that's its own lift. Yes, kettlebells have absolutely no carryover to bench press, but nothing fucking else does either. I would say even the guys who are really good at overhead pressing are going to have trouble learning the bench press if they haven't really done it. Will they be much stronger at it than I am? Will they get to that point? Absolutely. But they still got to learn the technique. It's a weird lift. When you think about the bench press, it is kind of a full body movement due to the way you have to wedge yourself into the bench. It's just a weird lift. That's a side rant. Like the bench press is its own lift. I grant that. It's, whatever. Heavy deadlifts and squats don't do fuck all for hard kettlebell training. They don't. But in my experience, even moderately heavy kettlebells, double 24s for a couple hundred reps, it has functional carryover to your squat and deadlift and obviously your overhead press. And your rowing. Oh my God, the rowing strength is insane. Like I go to the gym, I don't train rows forever. I dumbbell row 150s, no problem. I don't tear anything in my abdominal area. There's no hernias or anything because my core is so strong from doing all this shit. I fucking barbell row 275 with straps. I could probably get 300, like totally bent over. I'm not saying I could do a hang barbell row. I'm talking like who came up with a Yates? No, not a Yates row. A Yates row is underhand, but this is like you're fully bent over. You're not using any momentum, but you're also not hanging like this. I can't do that with 300 pounds. I probably can't do that. I can deadlift 300 plus pounds. I hit 405 on my deadlift. I can deficit deadlift, stiff leg, 225 for a shit ton of reps. So I could probably get that up there. I'm not rowing that way though. So I can't remember who came up with the row, who it's named after, but you're fully bent over. It's very strict. There's no momentum, and it's just an explosive pull. That's the barbell row I'm talking about. That's always been my favorite version of that lift. Anyway, kettlebells have amazing carryover to that. That type of training doesn't have any carryover to kettlebells because you're missing the conditioning component. That fires your nervous system way more than heavy lifting does. I know everybody says, oh, lifting weights can fry your nervous system. In my experience, it's always been the volume, not so much the weight. The double kettlebell training, you get into the 24s and above, I would imagine, that is what really beats up the nervous system. In my experience, it's that type of shit. It's not lifting. Lifting makes you sore sometimes if you go with high volume, and then it can be hard. The low volume strength training, you should not be sore from that unless you fuck something up, because it shouldn't stimulate the muscle in the same way. You're really training the movement pattern, and you're training the nervous system to get good at the movement pattern. Kettlebells help a hell of a lot more with that. Lifting heavy is mostly nervous system adaptations. So kettlebells are just like the ultimate fucking thing, in my opinion. So what I'm gonna do to wrap this up, I'm gonna pause my gym account because I trained at the Y, because it's super close and it's relatively cheap. It's like $50 a month, and they let you pause it. So I'm gonna pause it, and I'm gonna start with double 24 clean and jerk tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. Tomorrow night will be tomorrow night. I have a nice, lovely date planned tonight. It's gonna be awesome. Staying over at her place. It's gonna be good. So tomorrow evening we have double 24 kilo long cycle, 3-4, 3-4. So it should be 105 reps if my quick math is correct, because I'm gonna go 30 minutes. Wednesday, jerk, same progression, 3-4, 3-4, 105 reps. And then Friday, because I'm going to do this 3 times a week, it will be a mix of the two. So 15 minutes. Honestly, it might just be 20 minutes and then 10 minutes of something like Gladiator. I actually like that idea better. So that's what I'm going to do. it'll be 20 minutes of a mix between long cycle and jerk. So yeah, I'm gonna do that 3 times a week, with Saturday, Sunday completely off from the jerk, from the double 24s. My in-between kettlebell sessions are going to be snatches. I really like the snatch, so I'm going to work on that too. That will probably be lighter. I'm not going to focus on 24 kilo snatch. I do not want to over fatigue the forearms, the grip and all that shit. I don't want to overwork that. So it'll be the lighter snatch. It's going to be more of a conditioning session on each one. And then I'll do something on Saturdays and take Sunday completely off. So yeah, I'm going to do that for a while. It's going to be 3-4-3, 3-4, 3-4, 3-4. And then I'm going to go 3-4-4, 3-4-4, 3-4-4. Yeah, you get the point. Eventually I'm going to build it up to where I'm doing 30 minutes of like sevens, for example. So I'm going to build that long cycle up. I may get 28s once I'm doing 30 minutes at 7 with the 24s. I think I'm going to definitely buy a pair of 28s. That's like 120-ish pounds. And then I'm going to do that. And then come the new year, come January, if I'm still breathing and functional, I'm going to go back to the gym, and I guarantee you I will be fucking stronger than I was right now. I guarantee it, from doing the kettlebells. And Tanner Shuck can go fuck himself. Him and the people like him that say kettlebells are easy and a circus trick, they just don't train them correctly. Are there some people that puss around with kettlebells? Yes. Valerie Fedorenko is the worst offender. Levy Stark, who defends kettlebell sport training to the max and shits on anybody who says that there's a difference. Like Jeff Newport made a video, which one's better, hard style or sport style? Levy Stark's in the comments bitching about how Pavel basically had a marketing gimmick, and there is no difference. There is a big fucking difference. Hard style is done as explosively as possible. Makes a huge difference. So yeah, there's definitely people who've contributed to kettlebells looking like pussy shit, and the CrossFit people don't help either, which Tanner Shuck was a part of. Because they cheat it and half-ass everything that they do. So they don't make kettlebells look good either. But when you train kettlebells fucking hard, oh my god, it's I cannot describe to you people how brutal kettlebell training truly can be. And how I really do believe it is the all-encompassing fitness tool that you need. Specifically, 3 lifts. Clean and jerk. Jerk, snatch. With kettlebells, that's all you fucking need. Sprinkle in some front squats to taste, maybe a little bit of strict pressing or clean and pressing. All you need is those 3 lifts, though. I guarantee it. You'll be more fit than fucking anyone. If you can get to that point double, you will be more fit than anyone. I don't care if it's just 16s. 2 16-kilo bells done for 30 minutes. If you can get to double 16s and you can do long cycle for 30 minutes of 10 on the minute, 300 reps in 30 minutes with 16-kilo bells, you're going to be more fit than damn near fucking anyone. Anyone in your life, you will be more fit than. Anyone at your local gym, you will be more fit than. You may not be able to bench press as much as them, although you probably will be. You will be more fit than anybody. You will be fit enough to blow through any challenge life will likely throw at you. I can't promise that there won't be instances where you could actually benefit from being able to bench press 500 pounds. But like usually, you're never going to need to do that because it either goes from being like manageable strength outputs to being so heavy you need some type of machine. Like even Thor, who deadlifted over 1,100 pounds. All right, well, you're not going to be able to lift say a pallet of water, for example. Like one of them 34 packs of water. You're not lifting that, bro, without a pallet jack or a fork truck. I don't care if you deadlift 1,100 pounds. You know what I mean? Like there's a point where being strong has literally no carryover to anything because the shit you need to lift is so astronomically fucking heavy that a silverback gorilla is not going to be able to lift it. So like strength training for the sake of strength training is relatively pointless unless you're competing in a sport. And that's kind of where I'm at. Because when I had those bells up today, I was like, good God, I literally just pulled more weight. Like I hit 405, Like, I'm benching or I'm squatting over 300 pounds. Why is this so fucking hard? I thought this was supposed to. Tanner Shuck, you told me that getting stronger on my lifts would make my kettlebells easier. And I go back to shit that I was doing, and it's kicking my ass. It's like, it's pointless. It's fucking stupid. I hit a heavy double with 335. That's on the channel. I think I mentioned this already. Just training the kettlebells, the double 24s, and just doing hundreds of reps of snatch and jerk and long cycle. And I fucking I take a year and a half, almost 2 years off of deadlifting, and I set a fucking 2-rep PR. Kettlebell training is the be all end all of like functional actual fitness. And if you say otherwise, you don't know what you're talking about because you don't train them. And it's like the more that I go to the gym, the more I grind away and I follow other people's programs instead of doing my own thing, the more I spin my wheels into the fucking dirt, and then I just come back to that and I pick those fucking bells up and I just do a basic fucking one lift session, and I'm just like, why do I do anything else? Why the hell do I do anything else? There's no point in doing anything else. That is the pinnacle of physical functional training. And I hate the term functional training, but it really is. There is a difference. There's a huge fucking difference. You're using every muscle in your body to clean the bell and jerk the bell overhead, and clean the bell and jerk the bells overhead. I mean, especially double, literally every muscle is firing simultaneously to get the weight from the floor to the rack to overhead, back down to the rack, overhead, using every muscle. It's 106 pounds. I could not finish the half an hour session. I couldn't do it. Like, I was cooked. I tried doing single bell work afterwards. Like during the 30 minutes, I took like 3 minutes off. I got a couple sets of 5 on clean and press with a 24. I think I got one set. I got one set of tennis swings with doubles, and I got one set of 6 with clean and press. Like, I was totally fried. Yes, you could say I was a little bit fatigued from Friday's session, possibly, but I don't think to that degree. I don't think it's just like, it's just different. Hard, like good, proper kettlebell training just hits different. There is nothing that competes with that. It is the hardest type of training that I've ever done. And I'm going back to it fully. And I'm going to up the weights like I was before. And when I come back to the gym in January, because it's mid-August now, it's the 17th. That's what, 4 months? 3.5? Well, 3.5 months. When I come back to the gym, I guarantee you guys, and I'm going to record it, I'm going to put up better numbers on the squat and the deadlift. The overhead press, I don't really care about because, like, that is the same thing as that. Like, that has the most carryover to your overhead press because you're literally putting the weight overhead. I'll do a push press. Like, I'm not worried about that. I've had a body weight overhead press before. It was 165 pounds. It was a clean and press. I have done that when I was younger. You just train it every day. You get the weight overhead. Good God. I love kettlebell training. I love it so much. I do something else for a while. I prioritize something else. I come back to this and I'm always humbled. I come back to it and I'm just like, wow. The kind of fitness it takes to do shit like that day in and day out and like excel at it is just next level. Like, it's next level. Now I love it. I'm fired up. I'm fucking juiced to the gills. You know, part of it, you know, I'm talking to this girl and it's fucking gone perfect. It's amazing. She's great. I can't wait to see her tonight. It's going to be amazing. But like the training too, man, I fucking love this shit. I'm so fired up to start this again. To come back to like really good, hard double kettlebell training. Because I was doing a lot of single work. Which is nice too, because I feel like the single work does have a little bit more benefit to your stability. It's good to do single kettlebell work. I'm not the type of person, I'm not gonna tell you to only do double. It's good to do single kettlebell work because it does help even everything out. So that's gonna be done for me probably 2 or 3 times a week. In addition to this. But like to focus on the long cycle and the jerk again, and really get fucking strong with the kettlebells. I'm so excited. I just wanted to share that with y'all in a more enthusiastic way, because I was gasping, sucking wind in the other video where I was actually doing the training. And I don't want to put it up because it's like, I don't even know if my point was coherent. But now I'm just fucking excited. I'm so fucking hyped for this shit. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get to 30 minutes of 7s with the 24s. I'm going to be stronger than I've ever fucking been before. I'm going to get to 28s, and we're going to fucking start again, and we're going to blast through this shit. It's amazing. Whew. Yeah, I'm fired up. All right, peace out.